feel like once you have that vision, it will push you to levels that you never felt, because you'll be like, this is doable. Let's say, for example, you have a vision to build that house, or you have a vision to save 10,000, and you can be like, this is not doable. But when you have that vision and say you see the possibility, I feel like the sky is the limit. So it's just having a vision. I feel that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Live, Love, Lead podcast, the podcast designed to help you live, love, and lead well. I'm your host, April Nicole Scipio. So glad that you're here. You're in for a treat today as I get to interview my friend, Maggie Ngere. She is going to just bring us so much value in the field of finance. So if you are wanting to get out of debt and get your money straight, she is going to help us with that today. I'm super pumped to have her. And so Maggie, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you so much, April, for having me. Appreciate that.
Tell everyone who you are, just what season of life you're in and what you do.
Oh, thank you. So as April said, my name is Maggie Ngere, and I am the founder of Crash That Debt. And the season I am right now in is, I'm a mom. First of all, I homeschool my 2 kids. I'm a wife, and I am in this season of just really ramping up my business because I'm passionate about helping women get out of debt.
Yeah. Where does that passion come from? Like, when did you start being passionate about helping women get out of debt?
Wow, that's a great question. So my passion started because I think we've talked, I'm originally from Kenya. And when I came to the States many, many years ago, nobody told me anything about finances and all these offers about credit cards. And I'm like, free money. And I was like, I didn't even know, people are offering me money. And then the debt started accumulating because I didn't know, that I needed to pay this money after all this time. So that's really, and then fast forward, then I got married. I had this passion to stay home with my kids, but I realized I cannot stay home because I have this debt. And then I saw a lot of moms doing the same thing. I saw a lot of moms who had passion to spend time with your families, to spend time with your kids. And even I saw moms as young as their kids were just born, within 4 weeks, they're going back to work, jumping from one job to another. And I was like, no, we're believers, as a believer. And I was like, there is more to this. So I started telling myself there is more than this to life than just going to work to pay off debt. So, and then just, my husband and I work in our church as marriage counselors. And then just seeing the marriages being destroyed, the people that we talk to, their number one causes of argument is finances. And I was like, no way. There is more to this. So that's where my passion came from. Myself first, and then seeing these other couples struggling in debt.
I love that so much. What is the biggest myth, when it comes to getting out of debt? Sometimes, people see that, and just the thought of that, they're like, they have all these preconceived ideas. In your experience, what is the biggest myth around actually coming out of debt?
I feel like people feel like debt is normal because that's what we are sold in this America. Like every commercial you see or every offer that you get on your mail is for you to spend money. So I feel like the belief that we have, because even when I talk to people are like, it's normal to be in debt. So I think the myth that we have, a lot of women or a lot of people feel is that debt is normal. I don't need to do anything about it. So,
yeah. And then when someone figures out, okay, I want to do something about it, and they feel overwhelmed, where is the first place they should even start?
That's a great question. I feel like the first place they should start is have a vision for your finances, because I feel like we have a vision for everything else, but when we come to our finances, we have no vision. So when you sit down and have that laid out, that the vision that you have, what is it that you want to do? What does your life look like financially? Because we want to lose 10 pounds. We want to do all these things, but a lot of people don't have a vision for their finances. So I feel like once you have that vision, it will push you to levels that you never felt, because you'll be like, this is doable. Let's say, for example, you have a vision to build that house, or you have a vision to save 10,000, and you can be like, this is not doable. But when you have that vision and say you see the possibility, I feel like the sky is the limit. So it's just having a vision. I feel that.
I love that, having a vision for your finances. Yeah. That's so true. I'm such a big vision person, so I get that. It's like, let's have a vision for every area of our life, even that one.
Yes.
I love that so much. So a lot of people, they don't focus on the debt, even though we should, and they put their focus on savings. I have kind of a two-part question. First, how much money in general should people be saving? And then it's like, should we be focusing on the saving or focus on paying off the debt? Like, how do you decide?
Wow, that's such a great question. Definitely, you should focus on both. And I feel, when we teach budgeting, there's this rule, there's all different kind of budgeting. There's this one type of budgeting that is 50, 30, 20. So 50% is where you put your essentials, your rent. 30% is where you put other things, and 20% is where you do your savings. So that's one part. But the general rule, different sources say, 15 to 20%, but definitely it depends on you and how your finances are. But definitely I would do at least 15 to 20%. That's how I would do it. And the second part of your question, I would say definitely you should be doing both. And the reason you should be doing both is, how I teach my clients is, when you're working on your debt, definitely you should be budgeting. Definitely, first of all, I hope people are budgeting. But when you're budgeting, you should be putting a small amount, into savings, and a small amount into paying off your debt. So definitely I would balance it, both of them. I would balance it out. So make sure you're doing both. Because definitely you don't want to be paying off debt, then something happens and you don't have any money saved. We just get coming out of pandemic, and if you lose your job and you didn't have any savings, that's traumatic.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if someone's listening to this and they're like, okay, I'm ready to get serious about this journey of getting out of debt. I'm no longer going to decide that debt is normal. What is step one? How do they even start a journey of being debt free, especially those who have so much debt? I think sometimes you look at that number and it's so overwhelming that you rather just like turn your head and not do anything. But if they're ready to start, what do they do?
That's a great question. And as I always tell my clients, how do we eat an elephant? A small bite at a time. And a lot of people, sometimes I feel like you are overwhelmed, but you don't know how much debt you're in. Definitely look at all your debts. How much do you owe and who do you owe? So when you know the numbers, then this helps you. How do I start this? Some people are go-getters. They want to start with the biggest credit card or biggest debt that they can. Others, they want to see small wins. So it depends on the personality. So what I say is, write all your debts down. And then if you're that go-getter, start with that big one. If you're that person who just wants to see the small win, I would say start with the small ones. And especially if you're overwhelmed and you're in a lot of debt and you don't know where to start, small wins is going to help you. And every time I would encourage you, every time you pay a little debt, celebrate it. With that, it will make it fun, and it's not gonna look like it's so restrictive. So I would say definitely have a plan and definitely look to see what your personality is and start either the big one or the small one.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm excited because you're providing all the listeners with a free download, and we're going to make that link available in the show notes of this episode. Tell us about what you're giving us today.
Yay! I have an ebook that I wrote a while back, and it is called Consequences of Debt. And the subtitle of it is Why Now is the Time to Get Out of Debt. In that book, we talk about what is debt, what are the consequences of debt, because definitely there's so many consequences of debt, and why now, like no other time is the best time to get out of debt.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. I'm looking forward to reading that, and I'm looking forward to my listeners reading that. You are so amazing, so knowledgeable. Thank you for just bringing us so much value today. Where can people go to connect with you if they want to find more about your services that you offer, if they want more resources? What is the best place for them to go?
Oh, definitely. And thank you so much for having me. People can follow me on Instagram. It's just Crash That Debt. That's where they can find me. Also on Facebook, it's same thing, Crash That Debt. And also I have a website, crashthatdebtnow.com. And they can also join my Facebook group, Crash That Debt. It's also, everything is Crash That Debt,
Yes.
where my private Facebook, and you can always get on my calendar. You can always, email me and to get on my calendar, and we can talk and see how I can help you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maggie. You're amazing. I appreciate you being here.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and for having me.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. It's been lots of fun. As always, we'll make sure to put all of Maggie's links and email address in the show notes of this episode. Also, don't forget to get that free download that she's offering us today. You guys are truly amazing. Remember, we do this every single Monday. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss an episode. We'll talk to you guys soon. Until then, go live, love, and lead well. Have a great day.